Hey, welcome back to Devlog number 16. Hope you're all having a good day. As you can see by the runtime, this is going to be a short video, since here in the States, this Thursday is, or was, Thanksgiving. So the latter half of this week is kind of a wash. Hope you all didn't mind the demo day videos. I had fun with what I played, and if you haven't already, you ought to check out what's available. So yes, this is a short episode. No novel big-brained applications of AI art either. But hopefully a sweet episode. I did a basic thing that was nagging me. While I think UE4's default look is clean, it's not what I'm going for. So I set up a basic post-processing material that reduces the resolution and the color bits to go for more of that retro look. I also set up a noise dithering texture to reduce the banding that the lower color bits caused. And hey, it's almost like I made a math video that covered dithering because wowee, it is something that's practical. So voila, new look. I'll of course be continuing to fiddle with this and disable more of UE4's default post-processing stack, but before that I think I have to actually competently light my levels first. Next, I also got a good idea because of a demo day game. When I play the demos, I like to snoop through the dev's itch profile to see what else they got, and ATTRIBUTIONS was sitting on an absolute banger. Lance. Now, I'm a sucker for schmovement games, and boy, does this got some schmovement. Look at this footage. You throw the titular lance and then bam, you teleport to it and get its velocity. I liked this mechanic so much, I reached out to the developer and asked for their blessing to copy it. Imitation is the highest form of flattery after all. And voila, here's my lance. I made a Great Savings Lance of Longinus from Neon Genesis Evangelion. As you can see, I have the basic yeet teleport mechanics in, but I still have a ways to go. Clearly, I'd like the grapple to be able to chonk onto the lance mid-flight, so that way you can yeet yourself. I don't have the lance return to player at all yet, and I'd like to set up the release speed so it's kinda like the speed boost from the Pathless. You can hold down the yeet button to throw the lance farther, but if you release it at just the right time, you can yeet it super fast. And then there's a bunch of things I gotta consider. How's it going to interact with moving geometry? What should happen if it's embedded in some static geometry, then moving geometry hits it? Bunch of boring considerations that I'll sort out. But also, the current model is hard to see at a distance, so I'll probably have to do something to make it visible. Maybe a UI indicator or a new model entirely. I don't know what. And also, hey, look, I just have the maximum horizontal distance for the editor setting and use that to calculate the lance's release speed in my code. How did I get this formula? Calculus. It's almost like I made a math video using calculus to explore projectile motion and depth. What a coincidence, huh? Anyway, that's it for this devlog. If you haven't yet, you really should check out the entries for demo day. There are some really cool ones. Also, I mentioned ATTRIBUTIONS just seconds ago. You can follow them on Twitter at ATTRIBUTIONS. I played their dungeon shooter prototype entry for demo day 47 and I really enjoyed it. I will of course include links to both their Twitter and itch.io page. You should check them out as well. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and I hope you have a good day. If you like the video, please give it a like, and if you want to follow along with my sporadic release schedule, please subscribe. I also read and enjoy all of the comments I get. Y'all are great. I will say in advance, I didn't take into account the holidays when I set up my bi-weekly release schedule, so I'm probably going to take off Christmas and or the New Year's because I don't want to do this again. I'll tell you what my release schedule will be when it's closer. You can also follow me on Twitter at dev_natsu. I post game dev shitposts and what I bake when I bake it. And speaking of baking, let's get to it. So as you can see, back to the Levon chocolate chip cookies. So there are 10 here, but I really made 16. I'll show a picture of the second batch soon enough, but as you can see, I mean, these, again, I've talked about them previously, these come out really well. They're work, like, you know, it's a rest overnight kind of recipe, so you can't just bust it out and expect to eat them the same day, which, you know, I kind of like those things because I don't always plan ahead. But, you know, for these I plan ahead because they are that good. And I made them, I handed them out to a bunch of friends, you know, I just, so I made them, not at my usual place, as you can clearly see. It was a friend's house. Made them there, and I gave them all away, so there's no money shots on these ones where, you know, like the previous time I made them. But again, they come out really good, and they're like the size of your fist, so just one cookie can last you easily like 2 days. Or if you're me, you can go through 2 cookies in one day. But yeah, let's look at the second batch. Yeah, As you can see, yeah, they're maybe a little too close, honestly. I mean, I definitely should have spaced them out more, but they came out good. They were, no one got salmonella. No one's gotten salmonella yet, so I'm good. I mean, they came out delicious and they were great. All my friends liked them, and I made 16. I had one for myself, but everybody loved them. So, that's music to my ears. So, I didn't use yeast in this recipe. However, I'm going to use the classic sign-off. The yeast in the air is free. You should go out there and bake. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.